G'day, I'm Mike. I'm a storyteller. I'm writing a story set in a world that I made up out of my head. This will be short. I thought I might explain the name of the channel, Grandios Imaginoza. There it is. They're the words. I made them up. They sound kind of Latin, kind of maybe Spanishish, but they hint at grandiose and imagination. I wanted them to be to have a bit of a flow. If you want to imagine them as something, then it's a two-word poem. Grandios Imaginoza. Rolls off the tongue, and that's what I was after. The bloody Bluetooth thing turned itself off twice. Okay. The name, imagination, that is what I do. In fact, my entire life, it is what I've done. My imagination is the thing that I have used. There were all other kinds of explanations for what it was I was doing, but in reality, I was imagining. That's how I did every intellectual endeavor I ever did. The core of it was imagination. That's my intellectual engine. It's just taken me until now to cut away all the secondary uses of it and just come to, well, let's just imagine stuff and write it. Now, it's not just any old imagination, it's grandiose imagination. I have imagined a world with 80,000 years of history. That's pretty grandiose. I have imagined a world with hundreds of thousands of species. Not that I'm going to write about all those species, but you're certainly going to meet hundreds, probably 1,000 or two, in the books I'm going to write. Every one of those species, if they're mentioned or written, I have to come up with the species. It's grandiose. There's multiple layers in the stories. There's books which hopefully will be great on their own and stand alone on their own, but there will be, by the time I get to the end of the 12, 13, 14, 15, not clear yet how many, novels and possibly some short stories. By the time I get to the end of writing all of that, they will constitute a narrative whole. There's a limit to how much I can say because I don't want to make it too obvious when you're reading, but they will constitute a narrative of character development rather than good over evil, though there's plenty of good over evil or less bad over more bad. You don't want to be absolutist. Anyway, so the scale is grandiose, the variety is grandiose, the timing is grandiose, me trying to do it, thinking that I can do it, is grandiose. And I could pretend that I'm not. But it wouldn't mean that I wasn't. It would just mean I was pretending that I wasn't. But the truth is, I have a grandiose imagination. I've decided to run with it. So that's what I'm calling the channel. Grandios Imaginoza. I quite like it.